Ladies and gents, that is correct. As you can see by the title, the Barretts, Lee and Ollie, are going to be leaving China. Welcome back to the Barrett channel for a brand new video today, whilst I have a little walk around this shopping area in Shenzhen, between Longhua and Futian district, if you are interested. I've got the camera on my chest, as you can see here, to sort of give you a first-person view of this place, as it is pretty nice and quirky, and I enjoy coming here and doing some work and filming throughout the day. Now, I don't want to leave you hanging too long before I tell you a little bit about, or dive into the topic a little bit more, as I'm sure many of you are quite shocked to read the title. I apologize, it is a semi-clickbait, but not really. We are going to be leaving China in the not so distant future, but that doesn't mean we're not going to return. But let me dive into it very shortly. So I'll lay a bit of context. When we first started our channel, I believe it was in June 2019, around that time, there was no COVID at that time. And we wanted to do some videos in and around China. And then the idea was to go to different countries around the world as well, particularly around Asia, and do videos there too. But COVID came and spoiled everyone's plans. That is nothing new to anybody. So ours too, and we were not able to do that plan. However, saying that, it was a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because when COVID started, we had a very small channel, and lots of people were searching for information about COVID inside of China, and me and my dad were uploading videos very regularly. Dad was doing a daily update of the coronavirus situation here in China, and a lot of people came to the channel because of that. We ended up having about a following of 20,000 subscribers a month after COVID started. And we kind of used that community as a base to sort of launch pad off to do the rest of the videos on our channel in the coming years and months. But it's gotten to the point now where we've been in China making videos for coming up to 3 years now, and we've got over 500 videos from inside of China on our channel. That's a hell of a lot of content. And we've been to almost every corner of the country. Feel very fortunate to be in that position, to be able to say that, and to have experienced so many different things around the country and seen almost every part of the culture. And you know, we've had so many amazing experiences. The only places I really want to go that I haven't been able to go to yet is kind of mainly Western China. Tibet and Xinjiang we haven't been able to get to, or most parts of Dongbei I haven't been to either. But we've been to most corners of the southeastern side of China. Anyway, so COVID came along and spoiled everybody's plans. So we were not able to leave China, and at the moment, you probably are already aware from the Shanghai situation that the COVID restrictions put in place by the government are not slowing down anytime soon, and it's starting to weigh on a lot of people's minds that it could happen in the city that they live in next. And it's kind of a bit of a scary prospect, really, because, you know, nobody wants that to happen in the city that they're living in. Nobody wants to be locked down for weeks and weeks on end with no light at the end of the tunnel. And we are a travel channel almost. We want to get round and do different things and see interesting things to show you guys, but that is almost impossible at the moment. You are able to travel, but you know, the possibility of you being locked down in another city or needing to do a quarantine when you come back to Shenzhen is quite high, and we really don't want that to happen. The other thing is, even if you don't run into any problems with lockdowns, you may have to, well, you definitely will have to get a COVID test pretty much every day, especially as two foreigners living in China. If you don't have a 24-hour code, it's going to be very difficult to do things. You know, some hotels might not accept us. We've had problems in the past I've talked about them on the channel before, and it ends up being a lot of hassle to travel. We would end up spending probably most of our days getting COVID tests, waiting around to get the results, and all of this kind of thing. So we're really just not looking to do that. So that brings us to the conclusion that we need to use this opportunity to leave China for a while. You know, many people haven't seen their families for many, many years, including ourselves. It's been like 2.5 years since we've seen our family and friends back in England. So we're gonna head back there for, I don't know, a month, 2 months, something like that. Maybe we'll bring some content from back home, and then we will move on after that. We haven't really planned where we're gonna go to yet. We've got a few ideas. It would be great to get your guys' input on where you'd like us to go and make videos. We will probably be staying in and around Europe and Asia, most likely not going to be going to the western side of the world, but it would be great to get your input and, you know, where you'd love for us to go to and make videos. Maybe when we're there we can make some sort of comparisons about lifestyle in China, and maybe things that we miss about living here, etc. But at the end of the day, it is an exciting next chapter. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really, really looking forward to leaving and seeing my friends and family back home. You know, everyone's changed so much, including myself. And my sister has had a kid who's now 1 year old that we've never seen. And all of these things are, you know, things you don't want to miss. But when you're stuck inside of China, you end up missing some of these things. So that's right, me and the old man are going to be leaving for a little bit. Kind of excited to see what is on the other side of this next chapter. And hopefully you guys will follow along that journey with us. It'd be great to hear down in the comments how many of you would be interested to see videos from us two in other countries. Now that Dad is finished with his cancer treatment, we're going to be able to do stuff together again. You know, for the past 12 months he's been going through his cancer treatment and been going to the hospital, you know, all the time, not feeling very good. So it's been very difficult for him to make any content outside of the house. And we don't live together, so that's why we haven't really made that much content together over the past 10 or 12 months. But that will be back, and I'm sure you guys will be happy to see that, and happy to see him healthy and up and running again. And he's very keen to just get going as soon as he's finished, which is good. So yeah, looking forward to it. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come and spend it here with Ollie on the Barrett channel, and we will see you in the next one. For now, take care.